Okay, thank you. Wamaida, I think we are now recording the session.
Okay.
Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome to today's session. I'm glad you guys got to join us today. So my name is Ivy Walobwa, but you can call me Ives. Just a little bit about me. I'm currently a student at Dedan Kimathi University of Technology, pursuing degree in electrical and electronics engineering. I'm also software engineer at Andela, working with web technology. Yeah. As an author, I'm currently authoring or rather writing for 3 companies. That is Educative, where I'm authoring a course for them. LogRocket, where I write technical articles, and Codemagic, where I write technical articles as well. Besides schooling and working and authoring, I also enjoy hiking. So I frequently do hikes and share them on my various social media platforms. So if you probably follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you've probably seen one of my hiking experiences. So I'd love to request okay, I can just do it all. Okay, perfect. So that's it about me. So in today's session, we are going to discuss or rather have a conversation on how to make the best of technical writing, or how to earn from technical writing rather. So during this session, I'm going to cover the sections on the screen. So my other speaker of the day will cover the rest, or rather share what he had for you guys. So I will share basically who is a technical writer. I'll share what a technical writer does, benefits of being a technical writer. I'll also share a brief overview of my earnings as a technical writer, and share tips on how to break into the high earning technical writing end of things. Yeah. So who is a technical writer? So I'm assuming our audience today, you are either interested in IT, or you have a background in IT, or you have a background in engineering, or either of the fields that is technical. So basically a technical writer is anyone who specializes in creating highly technical content on various topics. So they range from topics on software development, topics on IT, topics in engineering. So basically a technical writer is someone who aims, or who writes with the aim of simplifying a very complex topic in a way that users or readers or people who interact with the technology or whatever the writer is writing on get to understand it easily. So they basically simplify a complex topic into easy and understandable topics. So basically that is a technical writer. So what does a technical writer do? So I know sometimes I get to share with friends that I'm a technical writer, and then they say, so you write, you go to sites like freelancer, or I'm not sure, Upwork, and then you get write essays for students and all. So that's not what I do as a technical writer. So basically as a technical writer, what I do, as I said, I simplify complex topics into a way that readers or users can understand. So I simplify complex areas of discussions. Yeah. So I basically get to write, as a technical writer, I can write instruction manuals. So if you've purchased things like fridge or a cooker, there's always a manual on how to do certain things or how to fix certain things in the equipment you've bought. So that is an instruction manual. So as a technical writer, that is one of the things you get to do. Also, I get to do trading guides. So probably, I don't know, you are a trainer somewhere, or you're meant to, or your company is meant to train the employees on how to handle certain things, or how to, do certain things in the workspace. So you get to write the training guides for the company, or the training guides for the organization. You also get to write how-to guides. So basically, how-to guides is, if, for example, you are a developer, or you need to know how to, work with a certain technology. So as a technical writer, I can get to write the how-to guides for you to work with a certain technology or a certain product that a company is selling. I also get to write research articles. If you are an engineer, you've probably been to ResearchGate and you've seen the research articles that engineers get to write. So that is one of the topics that, one of the areas that a technical writer gets to write on. So this is just a small list of what a technical writer gets to, do. The field is wide, and the types of papers or documentations you can do is pretty much wide. Yeah, so as a technical writer, there are certain skills that you require, because you just can't wake up one day and decide and name yourself a technical writer. Yes, everyone can write, or anyone can write, but there are certain skills that you need to have so that you can actually brand yourself as a technical writer. And some of these skills include communication skills, basically how you express yourself in words, or how you express yourself on paper. That is communication skills. Technical skills, definitely you need technical skills, because you can't write how-to guides or instruction manuals without actually knowing how the technology or equipment you're writing on, or writing the manual for, how it works. So you need to understand how certain things work. You need to understand how certain things like are put together so that they can work as one entity. So you require technical skills as a technical writer. You also require research skills, which is one very important skill as a technical writer, because as a writer, research is like the most important part of your writing, yeah, because you need to, go out there, look for resources on what other writers have shared, or what else is there in the topic you are researching or discussing. Yeah, so research skills is an important skill, and definitely writing skills, because you are a writer. So you need to know how to write, you need to know how to structure your content, you need to know how to, the kind of language to use so that your audience can understand whatever information you're trying to convey. And also, yeah, you need to learn how to structure your sentences, how to arrange your document, how to, the kind of words you need to use, because there's some words in the technical writing area that are not accepted, because probably they tend to make the documentation hard for one to understand. So you need to know you need to have the writing skills. And for the writing skills, there are various style guides that you can work with, because they're various style guides. So Google, I think, has a specific style guide for them. Various companies have different style guides. So depending on the kind of writing style you choose, you can go with any of the style guides that's available. Definitely, you also need editing skills, because as you're writing, you need to go through your articles, check for grammar, check for if your sentences are like easily understandable, or if your sentences are like, they're long or short. Yeah, so you need to learn how to edit. Rather, you need to have editing skills, because definitely you need to make your article straightforward, because the purpose of your writing is to communicate that something that is quite complex, or something that is not as easy to understand. in a way that it is easy to understand. Yeah. You also need design skills because you're not only writing, you're also communicating visually. So you also need some illustrations, and to make the illustrations, you need to learn how to work with certain illustration tools. So you'll definitely need design skills as well. These are also like the important skills that I identified, and there are so many other skills that you will need as a technical writer. So as a technical writer, what you actually get to do, or the kind of audience, or the kind of people you get to write for, are developer publications. So as for me, an example, I write for LogRocket, Codemagic, and Educative. These are developer publications that require, guest authors to write for them. So as a guest author, I'm not like fully employed with the company. I just get to write for them whenever I get time. So I get to write for them like once in a while, once in never. So I get to choose when to write for them. That is why you are referred to as a guest writer for the publication. And then you can work as a contractor for the technical content marketing agencies. So for example, there was a company I was working with previously. I was working under them as a contractor. So they actually gave me a contract to sign as a technical writer. So I like produced technical content for them. I researched like trending topics that will actually gain traction to their site, and then gets to write for them. Yeah. So those are the kind of companies you can work with. This is just like a generalized list, but under the 2 points, there are several companies you can actually get to work with as a technical writer. So, so benefits of being a technical writer. So the list is endless. The benefits are way too long to list, but this is just like the 4 key benefits that I identified as a technical writer. As a technical writer, you have like a very flexible schedule. You get to choose when to write. You get to choose, who to write for, or, you get to actually just like plan your month, or plan your day, or plan your week rather. Yeah. So it's not like for companies like LogRocket, for instance, when they give you the opportunity to write for them as a guest author, they tell you that you need to write like at least 1 article per year. Yeah, so you have, like if I write 1 article per year, I'm okay. They won't like drop me as an author. So 1 article is enough for them per year. So you actually have like a very flexible schedule and decide when to write. Yeah. You can also work from anywhere because you don't necessarily need an office to become a writer. Yeah? You can work from home, you can work from the beach, you can work from literally anywhere you choose to work from. Yeah, and then there's also a variety of work you can do. You are not like restricted to write on one specific topic. Like for me, I tend to write mostly on Flutter, but at some point I got to explore other topics like data science, working with topics like Python. So you get to have like wide variety of work. And if you're one person who gets like bored doing like one type of work, like if you get bored like doing repetitive work, like office work, you do like the same thing every day. With technical writing, or rather with freelance technical writing, you get like to experience a variety of the kind of things you can write on. Yeah, so that variety is actually quite interesting and exciting. Yeah. And then unlimited earning potential. You get to choose, in a month, you can decide to write 1 article and like earn just the amount that is enough for 1 article, or you can decide to write like 10 articles and, earn the amount that is worth 10 articles. So you basically can choose, the amount of money you need in a month based on your budget. Yeah. So, so basically as a technical writer, the main benefit is you're basically your own boss. You decide when to work, you decide where to work from, you decide what to work on, and you decide how much you want to earn. So I'll just share my technical writing earnings. So as I mentioned, I work for 3 companies. With Codemagic, I work as a course author. as a course author, you don't like earn monthly, you earn based on the project milestones. So based on how you have completed your project. So if you're meant to work on your course for like 10 months, probably, so you're paid like 25%, 50% once each milestone is completed. But for the other companies like LogRocket and Codemagic, you earn per article, yeah? So for every article you write, you earn some money. So with Codemagic, they pay you $400 per article, and for LogRocket, they pay you $350 per article. Yes, so for me personally, in a month, for a very slow month, I actually aim at writing 2 articles a month because I have other duties to do. Yeah, I have school, I have work. So I just like aim, because I don't want to, you know, strain myself so much. I just aim at working with 2 articles a month. So with 2 articles a month, I get to, you know, earn $750 for 2 articles. Yeah, but sometimes when I'm very active, or sometimes when I actually need the cash, I can decide to do like 4 articles a month. So with 4 articles, that's like $1,500 a month. So for this month, I got to do 2 articles and 1 update on an existing article. So for updates on articles, you're paid depending on how much they said. So for instance, LogRocket, for the update I was meant to do, they just like asked me, they asked me to add like two sections, which was like approximately 4 paragraphs. And I was being paid $150 for like 4 paragraphs, to add 4 paragraphs to my article, which I think is easy money. Honestly, I feel like that is actually easy money to get. Yeah, you're just paid for knowing, you're paid for knowledge, you're paid for learning. Yeah. So for this month, I did 2 articles and 1 update. So that was 400, 350, and 150. So yeah, so that is just basically the overview of my earnings. So you actually, with technical writing, or rather freelance technical writing, you have full control of how much you want to earn. You like literally say, you know, this month I want to earn, probably, I just need some money for a vacation. Yeah. So I probably need like more than $1,000. So I'll say, yeah, I can do like 4 articles this month. So you actually get to push yourself to do the 4 articles. But if you say like this month, I don't like have so much need for money, I can just like do the bare minimum. I can do like 1 article, I can do 2 articles, you know, and they have like no restriction. So like a company like Codemagic, as long as you're producing content. So for me, the moment one of my articles is submitted, the moment I submit an article, they give me another topic, or they ask me to give them another topic. So that means you can actually write as many topics as you want. Yeah. So depending on how much content they desire. And then for this company I was working on, so they like said, you can pick as many topics as you want in a month. You can pick 10 topics, 20 topics, as long as you submit the work, as long as you meet the deadlines, as long as you submit quality work. Quality work is actually very important. So as long as you're meeting deadlines, and as long as your work is of quality, you can pick as many articles, or you can write as many articles as you want. So you basically just get to control your earnings. You decide, you know, this month I want to earn like the maximum amount of money I can earn from, you know, writing. Yeah. So that is one key benefit of freelance technical writing. So now that you've seen a brief overview of what technical writing is, and how much you can earn as a technical writer, so how do you actually break into the high technical writing, you know, area of things? Yeah. So you actually need to do some work. There's a lot of work that is needed to actually get to that level of where you brand yourself as a technical writer for companies. Yes, as I said, everyone can write, anyone can write. Yeah. But is actually whatever you're writing, is it like understandable to the audience? Is it like simplifying whatever topic you're discussing? You know, what level of understanding, or what level of understanding will your audience have the moment they go through your piece, the moment they go through your article? Yeah, so to get to that level where whenever you reach out to companies, they actually say, yeah, you actually a good technical writer. There's some various things or various activities or rather actions you need to take. You need to like choose a technical writing area of expertise. So if you say, I'm a technical writer, yes, but I want to specialize on writing, I want to specialize on producing content on software development. Yeah, I want to specialize on producing content on engineering. So you like choose the area you want to specialize in. If it's software development, that's fine. If it's areas like engineering, okay, yeah, that's fine. So you select your area of expertise and then you start writing. Yeah, because with writing, it's practice. It's a lot of practice. It's a lot of writing. It's a lot of producing sample content. So you start by writing like sample articles. You write, articles for yourself, not the ones that you expect paid, the ones that you just share with people to review. You share with people to see if they actually understand what you're trying to convey. So you have to write like so many sample articles so that you get better at it after every write. Yeah. And then you need to create an online portfolio, definitely. For most technical writers, they use platforms like Medium, Hashnode, Dev.to. So these platforms will like help you because you don't like need like a resume of all the articles you've written. So with technical writing, your portfolio is basically your Medium, is basically your Hashnode, is basically your Dev.to. So those list of articles that you have been publishing when you're writing your sample articles, that is your portfolio as a technical writer. And then once you feel like, I'm at a level where I can actually produce content consistently and my content is of good quality because I've shared it with several technical writers and then said, yeah, your tone is okay, your language is okay, your style of writing is okay, your arrangement of content is actually okay. So when you get to that point, you start reaching out to potential clients, you start reaching out to companies like LogRocket, you start reaching out to companies like Codemagic, you share your articles and you actually show them what you can do. So at this point is where you actually get the gigs. I think Pony will cover much more on how to get technical writing gigs. So at this point is where you actually start getting paid. Yeah. So in short, what I'm just trying to say is there's a lot of hard work that you need to put in at the beginning before you actually get to that level of being paid as a technical writer. Yeah. So my session is short because I need to give Bonnie some more time to cover what he had. And then just to end, I have like a short video to share.
Pesa ya haraka mti yangu hakuna, lazima uifanyie kazi. Kitu watu wajuange ni, first of all, you need to work extra hard for you to start working smart. Hawa se wana work smart, wanafanya vitu zinakam. Nijua at some point wali work hard. Usiwahi danganya, working hard ni mandatory. Tuliletwa kwa hii dunia kupiga kazi. Usidanganywe. Lazima upige kazi, man.
Yeah.
Sasa wadau. Bas, funge siku.
So basically what the guy on the video is saying that is you need to put in the work to get to where you want to be. So the technical writer, you don't wake up one day and say, I'm a technical writer, I can, start earning. Yeah. You need to put in the work, you need to practice, you need to put your work out there, you need to share your sample articles with so many people on, on various platforms before you actually get to start being paid well. So before I end my talk, I just love to share that if you're a technical writer and if you are getting paid, there's one thing that I realize with technical writers, they tend to undervalue their work. Yeah. So as a technical writer, I see like people getting paid $100 for articles. If a company is offering that, well, that's okay. But you as a technical writer, you need to value your work because as you're writing that article, it does not only take you writing the article, yeah? It takes you to do some research, it takes you to build some projects, it takes you to write the actual article. So there's so many things that you have to put in that. So you need to learn how to value your work. So that's it for me. I didn't have so much to share, I'll just like share, if you want to contact me, you can always like do a quick Google search on my name, like Ivy Walobwa, and you'll get so many contact details of mine. So yeah, you can always like reach out to me on Twitter or LinkedIn, and then probably I can share whatever I have to share. Yeah, so that's it for me. I will hand the session back to Wamaiva. Okay, I'm not sure if Wamaiva is there, but Bonnie, if you are around, I think you can start your session. Hello, Bonnie.
Okay, hi.
Hello.
Okay, I could not unmute myself. So okay, hi everyone. This is Buni. I'm a developer turned technical writer. I'm a School of Engineering dropout. Who learned how to code. After that, I joined Tech Twitter. After joining Tech Twitter, I was able to joining Tech Twitter basically is like creating content around what you're doing on Twitter. Let's say it's web development. What I was doing. So I was tweeting about web development, engaging with accounts that tweeting the same thing. Yeah, so I made like connections with people already in tech, and that I'm part of Tech Twitter. So as I continue to my audience also continue to grow on Tech Twitter. Like someone reached out to me through my Twitter DMs, and they asked me if I'll be interested to write. Okay, they say that they like my content on Twitter, and they asked me if I'll be interested to write a technical article for their blog. So I hadn't written like any technical articles before, so I was lucky that they were not asking for any previous work of mine. Like I found out so they say that they pay like $200 to $300 per article. Yeah, so I accepted. So they say they will guide me to make sure the article sounds technical. So it's like I was getting paid to learn. Yeah, so I worked on the first article, and since it took a lot of work to do, I was paying $300. Yeah, so that I got into technical writing. So since then, I've worked with a couple of tech companies to create technical content for their blogs. So currently I'm working with Lambda Test. So Lambda Test is like a cloud testing platform where you can test whether your web app works like it's supposed to work on different processes and all that stuff. Yeah, so it's my work to create technical articles on how to use this platform, how to use different testing softwares. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing right now. So I saw Ivy talking about like earnings. Okay, I don't know that I'm supposed to say this, but I think the highest I've been paid for a technical article was like $8.89. So basically, most of the companies that I work with, I get per word. Others pay fixed price. So that means if you're getting per word, the more words you write, the more you get paid. So it's a surprise. I was paid for one technical article $89. So that was paid. Yeah, so I'm continuing to work with Lambda Test. I'm not limited to how many technicals I can write. I can write if I want, I can write one in a month, 2, 3. So it matters is my how much time we invest into technical writing, but I have other things to do. I'm quite busy. I have to create content for my Twitter, for my blog and other stuff. So most probably since it's high paying, so I used to work with like client pay like $100, $200, and $50. So I found like you find yourself like you're working with 5 clients, but they're all low paying. So you find out you're doing a lot of work, a lot of pressure, like you're under a lot of pressure. And that when I decided like to focus on getting a paying client, let's say for example, let's say if you write one article and get paid, let's say like $800, that's substitute like writing like four $200 article, and that substitute working with 4 people. That means less stress. So that's what I decided to do. So right now I'm focusing on like helping more people get into technical writing, because it's something that I felt completely changed my life. And yeah, if someone is ready to get into it and invest time and do it the right way. So to cut the long introduction short, I'll just share my screen so that we can get into what I'll present. So let me go to my screen. So for today, I'll be talking on how to get into freelance technical writing. So the first thing is like the first step, like if you're starting from scratch, is like you learn how to code. So basically, like, okay, for me, most of the technical articles that I've worked on, they've involved like working on a coding project. And that means it's like it's important to be able to learn how to code, because for example, I've worked on topics on JavaScript, React, SQL, and other technologies or programming languages, and you can't learn these things if you don't really know how to code. So the first step is learning how to code. The second step is now, like, once you learn how to code, you need to build project. As a developer, the best way to learn is building project. And in JavaScript, the other small projects that you can do while learning things like JavaScript, right? Or other languages, let's say React, Python, other frameworks like React, whatever language you're working on. Make sure you're building project. The third step is learning how to write. So basically learning how to write, you can check like, okay, if like you're not sure if you're good at writing, you can check a course called Google Technical Writing course. It's a good course. It will get you intro on how to write like as a technical writer, things like grammar, how to write good sentences, paragraphs, how to use the right tenses, and how to be a good technical writer and all that. So it's a course that you can check. You can just Google it. It's a Google technical writing course. I almost forgot. Yeah, just you can Google it up. So so after learning how to write, that the step 4 is like writing about your project. Now let's say for example you're learning about JavaScript, or the language you're using maybe is Python or any language that you're using, and you've already built project with that programming language. So basically you can write about your project, like, so it's like create a tutorial, like write a tutorial in such a way that someone can be able to build the same project. I'm sure as a developer, you might have maybe watched a tutorial while you're learning. So you can also create something like that, where you can write a tutorial or a guide. Now someone, if they follow the same tutorial, they can be able to build the same project that you build. Let's say it's a calculator. When you build a calculator, write an article on now, like you built a calculator. So basically, when you're writing a technical article, let's say on a project, the thing you need to do is like you need to give the user everything that they need to do. Like you can take them to steps. Like first you tell them create a folder in your machine, open this folder in a VS Code or a text editor. Like you take them from step one to the last. Assume like whoever will go in this article is like they don't know anything, so you're teaching them from scratch. And that's why the work of a technical writer is to break down complex things into simple things to understand. So you break up this process of creating a calculator in JavaScript in such a way maybe someone with 13 years old can understand. But of course, when you're writing your target, you have like the audience that you're writing for. Because if you're writing on a JavaScript project, most probably you're targeting developers who are interested in JavaScript or they're learning JavaScript. So write an article in such a way that that person will be able to understand. So after like writing about your projects, you publish on blogging platforms. So blogging platforms are such as you have Ashnode, you have Dev2, you have like Medium. So these are like the places that you can publish articles. This one, Canon. So the good thing about like publishing articles on these platforms is that like you have like a place where people can be able to see what you are writing about. You can get feedback or you can share these. Also the articles that you're publishing here can serve as like a portfolio, and that's why step 6 is building a portfolio. So a portfolio is like the number of articles that you have written and published on this blogging platform. Let's say, for example, you have done 3 projects, you have written 3 articles about them. You can post them on these blogging platforms. Now that's like how you build a portfolio. So a good portfolio will help you to, when you're like want to looking for gigs, or you want someone to hire you as a technical writer. Of course, they want to see the work that you've done before. That's why it's important, like you have to have this article written about your project, so that when they want to see the articles you have written before, you can send them like maybe a Ashnode link to the articles that you've written. And if they are good, they can maybe hire you or work with you or something. Yeah, that's why it's important, like you have like 3 to 5 articles before maybe linking up line for opportunities. That's a good portfolio. So basically it's just like getting into technical writing is just not rocket science. It's just simple. It's a combination of coding and writing, and so the good thing is just getting started. As you continue to write, to improve your writing, that will become better, and that will, you may even land an opportunity by just blogging on these blogging platforms. So the other thing I was talk about was getting writing gigs, getting technical writing gigs, getting technical writing gigs. So the first thing is you can the best way you can be able to get technical writing gigs is by having an online presence on Tech Twitter. So like for me, the funny thing for the clients I've worked with, or all the technical articles that I've worked on, I've never applied for any. Clients just reach out to me through DMs, and they ask me if I'm interested in writing for their blogs. And thanks, because I've like a good online presence. Yeah, I've like almost 19K followers on Twitter. So I'm actively on Tech Twitter, creating content, engaging with others, talking about what I do and all that, and that all like sharing the work that I'm doing and all that, documenting my journey. So having an online presence, as people are able to interact with my content or whatever I'm doing there, I'm able to interact with people. Okay, so like people are able to like visit my bio, my profile on Twitter. They see I'm a technical writer and all that. Maybe they check maybe my website. They see some work of that I've done and all that. Yeah, and that are like they're able to see that this guy is good, maybe is good what it does, then you can work with him. So that's one of the ways that you can be able to learn technical writing gigs, because that's the main way I get my gigs. I've never applied anywhere. So the second thing is writing on blogging platforms. By just writing on blogging platforms, building these projects, writing about them, publishing them on these blogging platforms. Sometimes recruiters, like people hiring technical writers, they'll just go to these platforms and see who are writing good articles. They'll go through, and if your articles are good, they may reach out. Like for example, for me this year, I got like an email from a company. They offered me like a full-time technical writing job. So they were like paying like I guess it was $26K to $60K a bit per year. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't get the job, but I'm happy that they reached out, because they said they saw my articles on dev too, and they asked me if I'd be interested for a full-time offer. So I did some interviews. Even if I didn't get the job, the fact that they were able to reach out to me because they saw my articles on dev, it proves that if the others who are getting opportunities because they are written on these platforms. So as a technical writer, it's really good, advisable to write regularly on these platforms, posting articles, building a project. Like don't write with the goal of getting noticed, write with the goal of becoming good as a technical writer, because you only get an opportunity because you are good at what you do. These companies hire technical writers who can be able to write good technical articles that explain how their product are used, or how to writers that explain technologies on how they work. So they want the best in the game, and to be the best, you have to be good in what you're doing. And you can be good in what you're in technical writing, but if you're not out there, no one will notice you. And the best way to get noticed is on publishing on these blogging platforms. Apart from that, there's like a website called UP's Technical Writers. Let me see if I can be able to share the screen to share the. Okay, I don't know if everyone is able to see this screen.
Yes, I can see
So,
it.
okay, so this platform is called UP's Technical Writers. It's like okay, don't know why. Let me try to reload the page. So basically, this like a site it has like all platforms like that have been technical writers. So we have like this platform is called Adeva. They pay $200 for first-time authors. They are looking for technical guides, thought leadership content, resources of engineer managers. Like you can basically come to this site and research. So here you can choose whether for publication agencies, publishers. You can sort out rate, low or high, high to low. Okay, sorry, pressed wrong. Go back. So like it also there are also some emails there. Some Agora, they are paying $250 for first times orders. Airbyte $900. So you can just check this site. It's just called UP's Technical Writers. Just search for it. Okay, you might find some like platforms that they don't ask you for like previous work. They just ask you to write for something, and if it's good, if it's approved, they'll just give you work. But others will ask you to see the work that I've done before. And just search like Okay, let me see if we can go to Upwork again. So like, okay, I created an Upwork account. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, so there's nothing, just wanted to explore if there are jobs. So I can just go to find work. I'll just search technical writing and see if I can be able to find. So just search okay, technical writing. So as you can see, there are 4,272 jobs with like keyword technical and writing. So you can just scroll down these platforms paying technical writers. You can see all these people offering jobs for technical writers and other like. So you just go through these like the job listing there. You can check the one that you feel it's good for you. Let's, for example, there's this job I saved. It's like let me, like, for example, so okay, so like you can see this site, it's the one who posted a job. They said, "Hello, Upwork, looking to talk to creative content who can help us build a content engine for upcoming website. Will be operating under tech niche. So that will be something related to technical writing." Okay, don't know, it's open a lot of tabs. So basically you can see like these jobs, you can see the budget is $5,000. So that means if you're good at what you do, you can stand to apply for these opportunities. And the best thing you can do is just go on these platforms, make sure you have a good portfolio, apply for these platforms, and that way you can be able to get technical writing gigs. I think maybe that can be the end of my presentation. Maybe if people have questions.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. Omaida, are you able to unmute?
Yeah.
Right.
So thank you guys for your insights. I have a few questions. You have a few questions. So this one was, I'll give this to Ivy. Do you choose the topics or are they laid out for you?
Okay. It highly depends. Okay, so I'll just give an instance for LogRocket. So for LogRocket, what we do have is a list of topics you can write on. So you can choose to pick from the list of topics, or you can choose to pitch your own topic. So the issue with pitching is sometimes probably you're pitching a topic that has already been written, or you're pitching a topic that doesn't have so much, traction currently, because they have to like do a search and see how many people actually like on the topic on Google. Yeah. So you can pitch a topic or you can pick from the topic sheet, as is with LogRocket. For Codemagic, most of the time it's usually just a discussion between my content manager and I. So we just discuss what topics are trending or what topic they need as a company, because Codemagic is a CI/CD tool. So probably they need a topic or someone to cover how to work with probably like a secret manager like Doppler, or how to work with CI, Codemagic and Doppler. So they like you just have a discussion with your content manager and decide on what topic the company needs, or what kind of discussions or areas that the topic company needs to be explained to the users. Yeah, so it's basically most in between choosing from a list of topics or having a discussion with my content managers.
Okay, thank you. So the other question we have is definitely for the other speaker. So why did you drop out, and when did you actually realize you needed to drop out to focus on something? So this for you, Bonnie.
Okay. Okay. Why did I drop out? Okay. The reason I dropped out was that I felt okay, basically what happened is that when I was back in school, it was time like lecturers were going a lot on strikes. Yeah, so they were going a lot of strikes. I was in the School of Engineering. There was a time like a 4-month semester was squeezed like into 1.5 months. So I need engineering stuff. So you cannot, it was not easy on on us, especially for me. Yeah, so after that, the lecturers went on another strike, and they said that it was until further notice, so no one knew for how long it will go. So I got some time to do some soul searching, and so by that time, there's an organization called Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. So I joined the organization, and the university that I was, so the organization started offering, okay, they were inviting like guys to talk about us, things like business intelligence, cybersecurity and other stuff. Yeah, so that one was introduced into tech, and I felt it was quite like exciting. So I was already like soul searching, thinking whether engineering degree was the thing for me, because okay, when I joined, it was quite exciting because of the opportunities that came with becoming an engineer. But when I got into the university itself, it was quite the opposite. It was about like learning just to pass exams and all that, nothing fun to do. Yeah, so I was just thinking if this was really the thing for me. So after getting introduced to the tech, I found it fascinating, and so I had that choice to make. I could either be so exciting things happen in tech, I could either be part of it or watch it happen. So I started wondering like what the best way like to get in tech, and that I would discover like the best way is learning how to code. And now since I found something that I felt was more exciting, that when I decided to drop out, yeah, that's the reason why I dropped out. So the other question is, when did you actually realize you need to drop out to focus on something? So so after so like I was in second year, and my course was supposed to go for 5 years. So, and this option for going in tech or just sticking around to finish my engineering degree. Yeah, so like ask myself this question. So even if I decide to stay here to do my engineering degree, I'll finish the 5 years, get my degree, maybe put it under my bed, and then go do what I want, which is something in tech and coding and stuff. So I'll ask myself this question, like, why should I wait until like I'm done with school, that is maybe 3 or 4 years from now, to go do what I want to do? Why can't I just like go do it right now? Yeah, so that when I decided like I'm quitting. So I didn't tell my parent. I lied to them, since like the lecturers on strike, so and no one knew when they'll be back. So I said I'll just defer for 1 year, go take like a coding course, and then I'll be back. So but I knew once I get out of that place, now I'm coming back. So I just quit. Yeah, I went to go to learn how to code. Like it was like a 4-month course in a boot camp. Okay, it was a boot camp, but most of the things I know about coding are self-taught. After that, I tried to use like my coding skills to start a tech company. So I was more like an entrepreneur business type. So I wanted to like create a business with my coding skills, because I already dropped out. So I didn't have like a plan B or anything. So this was like my plan. I had to make it. So I tried to start a company. So 1 year had gone back, I had gone, and my parent wanted me to go back to school, but I dropped out, so I did deferred, and the business I was trying to start wasn't working, so I didn't have an option. Knowing my parent could support me to start a business. So I went back home. Actually, it was back the COVID time, and that when so I started thinking of different ways of making money. and then I tried to freelance as a web developer. Also it didn't work out as I wanted. Then I was trying to figure out different ways of making money online, and yeah, that one I joined Twitter, started getting to know people on tech, Twitter and all that. I started seeing people making money online through tech, landing opportunity and all that. Yeah, and that's how I decided to join tech Twitter. And after being active like in 3 months, that I was able to like land my first technical writing gig when my actual focus was freelancing as a developer. So like technical writing was not something like I was prepared to do. So it just came for just being active in the on the tech Twitter community. Yeah, so I'm sure I've answered the questions.
Yeah, you have. Thank you. So Ivy, what tools do you use when writing?
The tools I use, okay. I'm one person who loves working with software development tools. By that I mean I love working with VS Code. I love working with Markdown. So for most of my articles, I either write them with Markdown on VS Code, or I can work with Dropbox. So I rarely use Google Docs. I don't know why. I feel like I don't like it. So I prefer VS Code or Dropbox. For editing, I actually just forgot the name, Lucidchart. So I use Lucidchart to create my illustrations and edit them. Yeah, so I think those are the main tools I currently use, but there's so many other tools that you can use as a technical writer. I think the community has like a resource for that. Yeah, so I think once the session has ended, the moderators can share maybe a link to the group, and then the team can share the resources as well.
Okay, still on you, Ivy. I think because you have a different journey from Boni, do you think from your experience, how did you land your first job, and what other tactics are working for you other than what Boni is doing on Twitter?
Okay, I won't say I landed my first job through Twitter, but I'd say Twitter is actually a good platform for you to share what you're doing. I landed my first job through Hashnode. So if you've worked with Hashnode before, it was actually my first article on Hashnode. So what I did is, previously I used to write on Medium, and then I realized that Hashnode has more developer traffic. So most of the users of Hashnode, or most of the readers at Hashnodes, are developers. So I pushed or added one of my articles from Medium to Hashnode. So like this day, I'm just like scrolling through my emails, and then I get an email from LogRocket, and then they said, "Hi, Ivy, we stumbled upon your article on Hashnode, and we thought it was actually a great piece, and we want to have you as a writer." So basically what I'm just trying to say is, whatever platform you use, try to ensure that the platform you're using has high developer traffic. So the readers of that platform are your targeted audience. So if you're writing for developers, use platforms like Hashnode, use platforms like dev.to. So that way, developers and content managers who are looking for developers to write for them will actually get you easily. Because as a content manager, I don't think I'll go to Twitter and then search technical writers. Yeah, I'll go to blogs like I'll go to Hashnode, I'll read blogs, and from the blogs that I actually like, I'll say, this person actually writes quite well. Yeah, and then via Hashnode, your email is there, your contact is there, and then they can reach out to you. So whatever platform you decide to use, as long as the platform you have has your targeted audience, has developers, I think that's the best platform. If Twitter works for you, if your Twitter following is full of developers, that's the best platform. If Hashnode works for you, that's the best platform. For me, Twitter can't work because I have a combination of developers, I have a combination of hikers, I have a combination of all kinds of people. So what worked for me was the Hashnode. Yeah.
Okay, so Bonnie, I have like 3 questions for you. Maybe, I don't know whether you can remember the exact followers you had when you landed your first gig. That's the first question. The other question is somebody is asking for you to share your timelines. I'm assuming they mean how long it takes for you to write an article. That's the assumption, but C, please, you can also re-ask the question to clarify on what you're asking. And then the last question is, so who's Bonnie writing for at the moment and what article topics, like examples?
Okay, which question should I start with?
Start with the Twitter one. How many followers did you have when you landed your first gig? Also, to follow up on that, how are you using the Twitter algorithm to work for you to bring developers your way?
Okay, okay, the first time before I got into tech Twitter, I was like, my account was not focused on tech. So it's like a transition audience from like a different audience to tech audience. But what I can say, okay, the number of followers, I think it doesn't matter. What really matters is like how long it took me to learn an opportunity for just being active on Twitter, creating content and all that. I just took Twitter back in last year, June. So it was June, July, August, September. So September was when like I learned my first gig from just Twitter. Person just reaching out to me. So just 3 months. Yeah. So if someone like interested in landing an opportunity on tech Twitter, involved in technical writing, don't focus on followers, focus on creating an audience so you can get an opportunity with 1,000 followers, 5,000 followers, 20,000 followers. What matters is like being involved in the community, creating an audience on what you're doing, on project you're building, articles you're writing about them, sharing and all that. Like that how you get noticed. Like maybe you can have like 40K followers in tech and you don't show, like you don't say you're a technical writer, you don't show the project you're working on. You can just be chasing clout, saying HTML is a programming language, get 5K likes, get 10,000 followers. So followers at the end of the day don't matter. So what matters is like having a presence in the tech community, adding value, sharing content that when someone that are able to see what you're posting, they can see like you're good at what you're doing. Because as I said, my first opportunity, they just say that they like my content on Twitter and asked me if I'll be interested to write a technical article for their blog. And that I was able to make my first money online. That was like $300 for just being active on Twitter. So so they didn't say like like you have a lot of followers who do like to work for us now. It's just because my content was good. And that means if they didn't like my content, I could have the same number of followers and I could not be learned training opportunities in technical writing. So say the second question, please. Please remind me.
So while you're still on Twitter, I was asking how you're using the algorithm are you using any tricks to make sure that Twitter is also working for you, like to push your content to more devs?
No, okay. Okay, I wouldn't say tricks, but there are different ways like you can get your content noticed. Okay, the first thing is like how you write your tweets. The tweets that people engage more with like tweets that have like they're not like short sentences. They're well spaced. If you look like most accounts in Twitter that create content, they like to use that format. The other thing is like using like keywords like JavaScript as a developer, like computer programming, coding and all that. Look, those are like some of the keywords that are more likely to like go viral because some Twitter has like Twitter topics. Let's say Twitter on a topic on computer programming, so that there are words that when you post you post a tweet about it, it most probably may go viral, and that way like you see most tweet on Twitter it start like as a developer, others mostly tweet about JavaScript, others always talking about HTML and CSS just for clickbait to get engagement. Yeah, so but the best way to do it is like, okay, you can use the same keywords, but to make sure that each tweet that are kind of adding value, like they're trying to add value maybe to whoever would be reading the tweet, or showing like you're good at something. In case it goes viral, more people will be able to see your profile. That way you get followers, and maybe even recruiters might find you. Another secret about Twitter is just like Twitter algorithm rewards consistency, like if you're engaging more. So it prefers people who are engaging, tweeting more, and like just being on Twitter. So let's say, for example, like let's say like I want to like grow a Twitter account. The best way you can do, you can go right now, follow topics like computer programming, web development, and all that. Once you do that, the tweet that you see appearing on your timeline under these topics, you can start engaging with these topics on the comments or replies. So when it comes to replies, don't just reply anything. What you basically do is like you add more to the main tweets, like add more value, so that when this tweet go viral, or it's a tweet by someone who's a tech influencer, people obviously will go to the comment to see what people are saying. And when they go to the comment, if your tweet adds more information or adds more value to the main tweet, most probably these people check your profile, and that's how the main. So that's how, once they check your profile and you've already been tweeting good content, maybe on web development, or maybe it's programming languages that you've been doing, they'll scroll, they see the content that you're doing, and if they like it, that they may follow you. So let's imagine now, like you've been commenting like in 10 times or 20 times to this different tweet. How many people do you think will be able to find your profile? That basically you can build your presence on tech Twitter. Basically, like that's how everyone does it, and that's why you see the account that are mostly active on tech Twitter, engaging with others, tweeting and all that. Those are the accounts that grow very fast. So like that's the secret. Like it's not like a secret. Like you have to work hard, you have to invest some time. Twitter takes time. You have to be consistent for like 3 to 6 months to start seeing results. But something I can promise you, the hard work is worth it, because for me, like for just being active on 3 months, doing all these things, tweeting and all that, I was able to land opportunities. And since then I've never run out of work as a technical writer, and I've never had like the struggle of having to apply to all these platforms and that. Yeah, so basically, like that's what I can say the secret: just putting the hard work, doing the right thing, and adding value.
Okay, thank you so much. I think this was a really good session. Thank you guys for your contributions. Thank you for your questions. We've shared all the Twitter links for all the speakers. If you have follow-up questions, you can follow them and ask them. Also, this was really good engagement. There's so many, and it's great. Thank you for joining us.
Wait, well,
We'll also,
could you share the WhatsApp group, the link to the WhatsApp group, so that if they have, in case they have any questions, they can drop in our WhatsApp group?
Yes, I'll be sharing that in a minute. Yeah. We'll also be sharing the recording for the session on the WhatsApp group in case you missed anything. All right, that's all. I don't know whether you guys have anything else. That's all from me. I'll share the WhatsApp group on the chat. Have a good evening, guys.
Thank you, Amaida. Thank you, Bonnie.
Okay, have a great night, everyone.